Well, hello and how are you? It's Shenandoah Briscoe once again coming to you live right here out of St. Charles, Missouri. I'm going to come up a little closer to you. There we go. Got my face a little handy to you. Today is May the 18th. Yup, that's right, May the 18th. We're zipping on through these days, aren't we? Well, a friend of mine named Marty Wilkie gave me a little mathematical equation which made me feel old at the age of 18. So he said what he told me was he said that the first year of your life lasts forever because it's your whole life and it's 1 year. Second year of your life is half of your lifespan because it's 2 years, so you separated the first year was the first whole of your life. Second year was half of your life. And then your life just keeps breaking on down from there. By the time I was 18, I had 1/18th of my life already lived. So now that I'm way up in the, well, we're not going to say exactly how high I am. Oh, sure, I'm not worried about it. Well, I'm 94. Yeah, right. I'm 49 right now. You know how it is when you impose a number and it makes you look, it makes you seem a lot older than you are? Well, that's what just happened there. Well, of course, you heard it. All right, well, that speaking of that Marty Wilkie name, it brought me to attention because I got a friend request today, and the friend request was from Karen Howell. Now, the name jumped out at me, and the name was there. I didn't remember the name exactly. Well, I did, but I didn't. So I had to peep back at some of her pictures, and then I realized who it was. And well, we all used to work at a Shell gas station over there on the corner of Mexico and Baltazar. Well, Baltazar doesn't exist anymore, but it's still at the corner of Kimberly in Mexico. But the Shell station is long gone. Yes, sir. It reminded me of a time when I was working over there. I guess I was about, what, 17? 17, I guess, I reckon. And I used to show up to work over there, and Karen was working, and when I was first training, they had to have a stock person there, and they had full service. So, I'd be running the full service while Karen was in there running the drawer. And we had this troublemaker that lived down the street there a little ways. I can't remember his name exactly, but he was trouble. Anyway, one day he showed up there over to gas station, and I told him, because he had a tendency to steal stuff. And I told him, you can't be coming in here stealing stuff. And, well, he was out there by the pumps when I went out and confronted him. Now, I confronted him and I said, hey, you can't be doing that. You're going to have to bring that stuff back in the store. And he said, what stuff? And I'll beat your scrawny little butt. Well, I wasn't going to take that. I did have a scrawny little butt, but I wasn't going to take it, and I don't take it from nobody. So what I did do there in that situation was I said, okay, then bring it on. But you are going to take that stuff back in the store because this stealing thing just ain't going to cut it. Well, about the time he jumped up on me and he was going to throw some punches, I'd done some sort of karate moves that I'd never taken a lesson of karate in my life. But I'd seen enough movies, and I just kind of threw my hands in a cross, and I shoved them way up above my face, and then I shoved them way back down, and that blocked 2 blows right there. Well, then he decided to try his wrestling moves. Now, I didn't know anything about karate, but I'd just been practicing them moves for a long time, and they just kind of came up natural. And that's what karate is all about, natural. You practice and practice and practice same moves over and over. You do your kata, and when you get caught up in your kata, when it comes time to use it, it's there. It's a reflex. But anyway, I didn't have the I had the capabilities of blocking those 2 punches, but then when it came, and that started in the store, I do believe. But then we got outside, and he decided he was going to try the wrestling stuff. Well, him being a bit bigger than I was, he got a hold of me, and he actually got me down. And when I got down, I tell you what, I had a rescuer on my side. My rescuer come from inside that there gas station, from out behind her locked cage door, and in that cash register room, and she brought herself a broom. And she started beating that boy about the head. She was beating him about the back, though, not about the head, but that's okay. About the head sounds much better, doesn't it? So anyway, she was beating him up with that broom and chased him on off on his way. And, well, to this day, I really appreciated Karen for that. Now, I didn't get Karen's name permission to say her name, so I might have to blip her name out, okay? So here you go. Every time that I have said bleep, we're going to just go bleep, and then they're all gone now, okay? Right. I can't edit. I tried to edit, tried to figure out how to edit. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Tried to do it, but couldn't do it. I don't know why. Don't know why at all that I couldn't edit, but apparently I can't. So, poopy-doo. The name's out there already, both of them. So, anyway, I'm sure they're not going to mind. Not going to mind me throwing out them names. Anyway, that anyway, her son, okay, when she was a little girl, about 16, she turned 16 or 17. I don't know what age she was, but either her daddy bought or she bought a brand new 65 Mustang. Yes, sir, that there was a car, and brand new. Back then, the thing only costed about $900 to $1,600, somewhere in between there. That's brand new. I'm telling you, brand new car off assembly line for that kind of money. Can't beat it. No, sir, you can't. But anyway, that had been sitting at her daddy's house in the barn, and her son had the opportunity to get a hold of that vehicle, and I would have flipped over backwards 7 or 8 times to get a hold of that vehicle, but I don't know if he ever took it and took the time to have it or not. I sure would have helped him fix it up, though. I would have jumped right on it. I would have loved to help him fix it up. But I didn't get a chance to. And so, anyway, I don't even know if he ever brought the thing home. But I appreciate the fact that she got to buy a brand new vehicle for that kind of money. Anyway, and the option was out there to him. It wasn't out there for me. Boy, I'd have jumped on it. But that's okay. Anyway, yeah, that reminded me of the old Shell station. I used to work at a lot of Shell stations. Matter of fact, the other day when I was talking about changing them shock absorbers, that there was a Shell station, and it was over on 5th Street in St. Charles. Not to be confused with Baltazar, Mexico in St. Peter's. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyway, this video here is going to be posted over there, pasted over there on Bleep's website or Facebook page on account. She asked me for a friend request, and I graciously accepted it because I really enjoy looking back to the past, and I really liked her. Matter of fact, I love you. Okay, I love you. So there you go. It's one of them things. You were like my mom when I was out there at the station, and, well, I had to say it. Of course, I also remember a few other issues that had happened during our passing life phases, like your nephew. You had a nephew, and well, he had a girlfriend, and I ended up with that girlfriend, and we ended up getting married. Well, when we got married, that was a dastardly thing to do to me, so I tell you what, I sure wish that he would have kept that girlfriend, and at that point in time, I'd have been out of my kids, so I guess that's not such a bad thing. All right, I take it back. I got married. For the few years we were together, I enjoyed it and I was happy with it. All righty. That being said, uh, I wouldn't do it over again, but that I did do it, all right, I'm happy about it. Let's put it that way, okay? All righty then. Okay, let's see. We're only into this by 10 minutes. Oh, I hope you really like this blog because I've got a whole bunch of them over there on Facebook. All you got to do is go to you can go to my Facebook page, and they're all in there somewhere. I've put them on there. They may not be in order, and I don't know why they don't go in order, but you put them on, and they just end up either in order, out of order, or whatever. And I don't understand why, because I put them under there as in blog number. And I don't put a number sign, I just say blog 1, blog 2, blog 3, and so on. And well, I tell them a little bit about it, what it's about, because if I don't tell you what it's about, you're going to look at blog 1 and you're going to say, what is the point? And so, therefore, I try to put a little tag on there to say what it's about. Some of my tags have fallen off because I've got where the reason I don't wear seat belts anymore. I can't find that blog at all. And I don't know why. I mean, I know it's there because that's a story in itself where we took an old Ford Tornado and we took her down old Callaway Fork Road. We decided we were going to destroy that vehicle. Yes, sir. But that's way back in them blogs, way back in the early ones, because the only reason I tell that one is because that's how I ended up in this wheelchair, and not dead. Had I been wearing a seatbelt, I'd have been dead. But after the fun time we had with that Ford Torino, I realized I didn't want to wear seatbelts and wasn't ever going to wear seatbelts because, when a car ends up flipped upside down and you're all hanging from the seats, and all I heard was, well, I'd come skinnying out of that car to make sure it wasn't on fire, and all I heard on the inside was people plopping down on their heads. No, not for me. And had we had been in that creek bed, I'd have been skinnying out of there like a wet rat. But everybody else's heads would have been underwater, and they'd have had to freak out and then try to figure out how to get out of them seatbelts at the same time. Not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. I remember in the movie Officer and a Gentleman, they had to go down in that bell thingy and go down and flip upside down and get out of that seatbelt harness and get back up to the surface of the water. Just follow the bubbles. Remember, follow the bubbles. Well, I mean, that's fine. I could have done that. I would have done that, been able to do that, but not if I didn't have to. If I didn't have to do it, I wouldn't put myself in a position where I would. And so, therefore, I decided to never wear seatbelts again. Luckily for me, had I been in that seatbelt in that car accident, I'd have been not here to be able to tell you about it. And that's back in the archives of these videos, too. Tell you all about the automobile accident. I'm going to have to tell about it again because the pictures were reversed. So, it's going to have a lot of the same content, and I hope that YouTube will let me get away with that because they have a tendency to, if it's got same content in it, then they don't allow it. And that's just not fair because sometimes you make a mistake. And the mistake I made on that one was the camera. I had it set up to mirror image instead of regular image. And my parents pointed that out to me. They told me that door right there on my right shoulder is generally on my right shoulder, and when they were watching it, it was on my left shoulder all the time. And so I had to come off of the I'm going to get me a drink, sorry. I didn't know if you knew that but I'm in a wheelchair now. But that's okay. Anyway, what I was saying is, I forgot what I was saying. But it makes no never mind, 'cause this here is my 15 minutes, and that's Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? You know, God loves you, so do I. So be blessed, and we'll see you next time. Tune in tomorrow. Alrighty then. Well, alrighty then. Thank you. Have a great day.